Not long now until the 24-hour live stream starts. It's at 12 o'clock this Saturday. Obviously, if you're watching this in the future, it's already been and gone. You'll know whether I survived or not. For everyone else, they need to check out twitch.tv/LollujoFM and see me suffer through 24 hours of being awake and, more positively, playing Football Manager. You can cheer me up and cheer me on by texting KevC47, all one word, KEVC47, space the £, then the number 5 to 70070. That will donate £5 to Game Changers for Macmillan, a very good cause, I'm sure you'll agree, and also motivate me through the stream. Hello and welcome to part 4 of the Milan mission. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, something of a big deal, I think. We're playing away against Inter Milan, who up until like 2 games ago we were challenging for second place, although they've fallen off the pace a little bit. They're only 3 points behind us, to be fair. So a win for them today puts them right back up into second place, actually. Quite tight at the top of this table, goodness me. We also play someone else later in the episode, but no one really cares about that. It's all about AC Milan versus Inter Milan. That's weird. Hold on. On here. What does A mean? I thought that meant away, but that's the home and away bit, isn't it? What does the A mean? It's in Serie A. Brilliant. I've been here 6 months now. Don't even know what the league's called. So, since you were last with me, it's been all right, apart from the Italian Cup 4th qualifying round, where we got knocked out on penalties to a team that aren't very good. In my defence, we did rotate the squad a little bit. In the league, it's been lots of green, a little bit of orange thrown in there. Unfortunate orange, we'll call that. But on the whole, lots of green. And to be honest, the unfortunate orange was against Roma, who at the time were second and we were third. We are now second with a game in hand. So, you know, they may have drawn the battle, but we're winning the war less than halfway through. I think that's how the phrase goes, isn't it? So the team that we're going to be playing today against Inter, if I can find the right button to be able to show you, is this one. We're still experimenting with different variations of this formation. This formation seems to be the one. I'm just trying to decide how to make it work. A lot of people are saying don't have 2 box-to-box midfielders in the middle there. I haven't seen it not work well yet, so I'm persevering with that. The areas where I am tweaking a little bit are with the 2 wide players and also with the overall team instructions and mentality. So today we're just using a standard mentality and 3 instructions. We're going to push higher up, we're going to get stuck in, and we're going to play at a higher tempo. You'll notice no overlap. Don't know how I feel about that. The overlap will come back on in no time. We have experimented a little bit with not overlapping lately, and it does seem to, believe it or not, stop the fullbacks getting caught all the way up here and treading on the wingers' toes and generally getting in the way and not being there to defend. Who knew? So the team we're playing today, we've got Diego Lopez in goal. Mr. The man of 1,000 names, Sciglio. What is his first name? Mattia. Oh, Matty. We need to sell him, really, so I don't have to keep saying his name. He's wanted by someone. He'll go in January. He's a left back, even though he's a right back. Abati is at right back, and I'm probably saying his name wrong as well. And in the middle, we've got Romagnoli and Gomez, with Mehmet Topal as our holding midfield player behind Bertolacci and Poli. They're pretty much settled as our midfield 2 now. And this front 3 has been settled for a little while. Bonaventura and Yang, and then Bacca leading the line. It does mean we've got a couple of players who you might consider proper first teamers at Milan, who are starting to get a little bit hissy about the fact that they're not getting into the team. Honda is having a bit of a moan, as is Montolivo. Luis Adriano is not particularly happy. Jose Sosa has already asked to leave. Although he seems to have unasked for some reason. So we didn't do much in the way of first team transfer business over the summer. We didn't sell anyone, we just brought the 1 player in. I suspect in January there's going to be business, because we don't have European football to worry about. We're obviously not in it. So anyone we sell is still going to be able to go and play in European competitions. So it's not going to put people off signing them. And anyone we manage to bring in, it doesn't matter if they're already cup tied. So we can have quite a turnover of player over January. Obviously, we don't want to go too crazy, because as it stands at the moment, we're looking quite good for a Champions League spot, and we don't want to rock the boat too much. But I think we've got a fairly settled 11 now, but I don't like any of the rest of the squad. So I am keen over the next 2 or 3 transfer windows to bin off most of the players who aren't currently in this 11, and bring in a whole new wave of Milan talent who can join Donnarumma in the, they'll be good in a year or two's time camp. Bring in some potential, because I think we are missing youth at this club, which, from what I hear, seems to be a bit of a common theme at Milan. It's a bunch of old men, or it was a bunch of old men, certainly a few years ago. But I mean, even this team, there's not much in the way of wonder kids, is there? Obviously got Donnarumma, but him aside, not a lot else is there. Don't score. Oh, there we go. Thought Inter were going to spoil our day. To be honest, they've had 2 clear-cut chances so far. Possession's fairly evil. In fact, total shots are fairly even as well. But they've had 2 that they probably should have scored. So we can count ourselves a little bit lucky that we're not behind. And if we can nab a goal here, we've mugged them. Oh, the mugging has commenced. It took 3 attempts. Backer's second finally tucked it away. I'm starting to forgive the fact that he wears a stupid squad number with that number 70 on his back, because he's such a prolific goal scorer, he says, after he just missed once. I mean, that's a good strike from Bonaventura. Backer should have scored there. The keeper somehow keeps it out. I mean, you could argue that's over the line from the first shot. You can certainly see the ball this side of the post, but Backer comes in to make sure. And a mugging is in process, although I guess 2 of those chances in that little move counted as clear cut, so we're actually even for clear cut chances now. So it's less of a mugging, because I guess if we were being completely fair, it'd still be 0-0. But 1-0 with those stats, certainly it's not mugging territory. Stop accusing me of mugging. What is it with you lot? Always saying I'm mugging people. Oh, I get a complex about it. Right, Polly's in a good position there. See, I say his name differently every time too. Niang, through to Backer. Backer should have scored again. We must be ahead on clear-cut chances now, and we are. So we're now deservedly winning this game. We were slow to start, but we're coming back into it now, and if Inter scored, they're mugging us. Oh, it's all about mugging this game. It's Mug Simulator. Oh, see, now we're being mugged. You were all so keen to talk about how much I was mugging them. Not at all did you consider the fact that we might be victims of a mugging ourselves, but there it is. Goodness, I mean, it's a good move, actually. It's a lovely little cutback. Tore us apart with that pass. Just cutting back across the back 4 there. We should have been able to handle it, but we couldn't. We had no way to combat that. I mean, on reflection, at the moment, a draw is fair, but we want that win. Right, let's have Bonaventura off. Sosa can come on for him, and he will come on, and he will become a playmaker, because that's the one thing I want to get into the side, and I guess turning one of these 2 into a playmaker is the obvious thing to do, but I don't want to weaken the midfield by having someone in there just being fancy. So I'm working on it, don't worry. Honda's going to come on as well. He can be an inside forward, because he can do either, but we'll get him doing inside forward. We might actually put him on attack as well, just to really get him up there in the box supporting Backer, because we want a win. We're not happy with a draw from this match now. We're the home team. We want to go and get a win, keep putting the pressure on Juventus, because if it ends like this, there's a 3-point gap and Juventus are starting to get a little bit of daylight behind them, and nobody wants daylight. We've just given away a penalty. We certainly don't want to lose. This will put Inter Milan above us, I think. Let's have a look. Does that put Inter above us? I think it might. That's dirty. And there's even more daylight for Juve now. I mean, it keeps it interesting for the Champions League spots, but we are approaching the winter break, and as it stands at the moment, with 1 game to go, Juventus are going to go in there close to home and dry. They're not quite there yet, but we needed a win today. Let's get Luis Adriano on, see if he can make a difference up front. Probably could have taken Topol off and brought him on and gone to a proper sort of 4-2-4. But Honda, I mean, we've now had 5 clear-cut chances. We are being truly mugged now. This is awful. I don't know if I've ever had this many clear-cut chances and not won a game before. Yes, 4 of those 5 have come from 2 moves, and we did score from one of them. But Honda had 2 chances there to get an equaliser, missed them both. And that's what I mean about the fringe players. They're just not getting the job done, and that's a poor result. That's awful. Right, we need to go and cheer ourselves up by winning this last game before the winter break. Just the one change. It's not even a change to personnel. The overlap's back. Right, let's get into this game. Do some serious overlapping. I don't know why we didn't turn it on midway through the game against Inter once we knew it wasn't going to be going our way. But we need a win. This is the halfway point of the season, almost. I mean, we're one game off it being halfway, 2 games off. But it is the start of the winter break after this game. So I don't know how long they get off. A couple of weeks. Very nice. Go home for Christmas. It's like they thought of me when I turned up in Italy. Still get to go home and have English Christmas dinner and English Christmas TV and, I don't know, Marks and Spencer's and stuff. So that was nice. But we want to be in second place going into that, really. I don't know who Inter are playing today. It would have... Oh, that was horrible! Ugh. Diego Lopez with a strong argument for bringing Donnarumma in after the break. Goodness me. What was he thinking there? Have we even got Donnarumma on the bench today? I mean, he sort of recovered from his howler. Could have been much worse. No, we've not even got Donnarumma on the bench today. He'll be off playing for the under-18s somewhere because I don't want him to get big head, so that's what I send him doing on Sunday afternoons when we're playing proper football. He goes off and plays for his school team or whatever he does, enjoying his £180 a week, waving it around, being the rich boy on the school bus probably. Get him doing his A-levels or whatever the Italian equivalent is. That's the real reason I'm not playing him. I want him to focus on his education first. It's important. Well, that was uneventful. Pescara were bottom going into this, and we've not scored a goal yet. We are struggling. In fact, let's go control. We've done this against quite a few teams. None of this standard nonsense. They're the worst team in the league, arguably. We are one of the best teams in the league, arguably. So we should be beating them. I don't know. A little bit of oomph seems to have been knocked out of us since half-time in the Inter game. It's been going on a long time. You know, we're losing our oomph. I don't know, you lot being here has spoilt it a little bit. It was good fun without the camera on. We were doing well. We were winning games, mostly. Oh, for goodness sake. Now everyone's just making silly mistakes. Luckily, they've recovered from the 2 that we've had so far, and that should be the end of it. We've had 2 close escapes from absolute howlers. Let's not have any more nonsense. Let's just go and bang in 5 goals now and remember that we're supposed to be much better than this team we're playing. What is happening here? What is this? Drops us out of the Champions League places. This isn't the script at all. We were supposed to be consolidating second place this episode. Not helping this shower of stuff get out of the relegation zone. Ugh. What a horrible episode this has been. Can I just... Seriously, I've asked you before, can I just reload? No? Goodness sake. Everyone else reloads. No, they don't. No one else reloads, you dirty, dirty talking monster. Wasn't really. That's my definition of dirty talk, talking about reloading. Because I live life on the edge. Shall we do what we said we could have done in the last game and didn't, and bring on Luis Adriano for him? And because we're desperate for a goal, just stick 2 up top. Go English on him. Right, so you can be on support and you'll be on attack. There you go, we'll do that. We should probably make one of these ball winning midfielder maybe. Drop him back just a little bit. We'll do that. We desperately need a goal. We should go attacking as well. Right, here we go. 2 goals coming up. Because 1 goal is not enough. Drawing against this nonsense is not acceptable. Right, Bakker is in. What's he going to do? Back to Polly, to Bonaventura, and nothing happens. We've got a corner. Right, go on, whip it in. Headed clear. What is this? Bonaventura again with the chance to cross. Beats his man, finds Luis Adriano. And why are we not even winning a penalty there? Niang fell over. That should be a penalty. That must be... We're the bigger club, and one of our players fell over. That's an auto penalty, isn't it? Right, Bonaventura, you're coming off as well now. Not for Sosa. We're going to bring Honda on for you. Assuming Niang can go out the other side. Yeah, he can. We're going to put you there. You're going to... Yeah, you'll be an inside forward. You're going to be a playmaker. You're going to make things happen. I mean, that is a good-looking front line now. Surely that isn't... Against this team, those 4 players in attack can't fail to score, can they? I know they've only got 10 minutes playing. There you go, Honda's in. We've got the equaliser. Now we need to go and win the match. We've still got 10 minutes. We're keeping things as they are. We need to win this football match. And then you lot can shower your praise on me in the comments. Tell me what a tactical genius I am for bringing Honda on to start with, and for changing things up to allow us to win this match, which we're going to do, aren't we? Or is it just going to peter out? There you go, Niang. To Bakker out to the man of many names. Lewis out, whatever his name is. Bakker, Honda. Penalty. Another one of our players just fell over in the area. Are we not a big enough club to win penalties in that situation? I thought Italy was supposed to be full of match fixing. It's just going to be a draw, isn't it? Load of rubbish. Inter have drawn as well, by the looks of it. Roma have now snuck above us. We were laughing at them at the start of the episode. That's why you don't laugh at Roma. That's where that superstition comes from. Right, well, that's the winter break now, I think. Let's have a look. We don't play again now until a week into January, so we get a couple of weeks off. That's rather marvellous. I probably won't have a couple of weeks off from making the videos. I'll probably be one out tomorrow as usual. But I'm contemplating it to recover from today's episode, because that's been traumatic. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.